Hi everyone, welcome to MS Moves. This video series is intended to give you ideas for different ways to get on and off the floor more easily. We do encourage you to plan for the worst and hope for the best if coming to the floor is the result of a fall, or perhaps you just want to get on and off the floor more easily when you're playing with your grandchildren. Having this skill set can be really advantageous. It is important, however, for you to practice with your rehab team to devise an approach that's really personalized to you and your ability levels. And certainly revisit this approach over time as your ability levels evolve and change. You might find that of these options that we'll show in these 3 videos, that slight modifications to them may actually be most suitable to you, so feel free to adjust and modify. This video shows you the first of 3 options of ways to get off the floor. Let's go ahead and begin. I'll start by showing you one approach, and then we'll talk about exercises that are really effective to help make that approach easier to do. The equipment required for this video includes a chair and some hand weights. The muscles that are involved are truly your entire body, but with an extra emphasis on your glutes, your buttock muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, and certainly your core. For your safety, these exercises should be completed from a bed or with a physical therapist or other rehabilitation professional. I, however, will be demonstrating them from the floor. Let's go ahead and get started. Before starting this exercise series, please watch this demonstration of a safe option to come off of the floor. For getting off the floor, approach 1, you start on your side. Come to a side sitting position where you're resting on your elbow. Slowly walk your way up to an extended elbow where you're bearing weight through your hand. Using your arms, shimmy your way towards the chair. Once to the chair, use your arms and your legs as well as your core to assume a tall kneeling position. Recenter and position closer to the chair, allowing yourself a wider base of support so you can pull your knee and foot into a half kneeling position. Push through your leg and your arms to assume a seated position. Let's go ahead and begin. Laying on your back, we'll first begin with lumbar trunk rotations. This is just checking the range of motion of your spine and of your hips to allow the transition from the floor to the side sitting position. This movement should be pain-free. Nice, very good. The next exercise are bent knee fallouts. In the same position, one at a time, you're going to allow your knee to fall out to one side and then switch to the other side. The goal of this exercise again is to assess range of motion and make sure you have sufficient range of motion of your hips to participate in the transition from the floor to kneeling. In the case of a fall, these movements should be pain-free and somewhat similar to what you have done before. And if they aren't, it may not be safe for you to perform the floor to standing transfer. The next exercise is a side-lying plank activity. In the side-lying position, you're going to put your weight through your elbow and your hips, pressing down, engaging your abdominal muscles. Lift your hips off of the floor. This exercise is to strengthen those lateral trunk muscles that are required to allow you to come from a side-lying position to a side-sitting position during this floor to stand and floor to sitting transfer. Great job. Same thing on the other side. Go ahead and reposition yourself, side sitting into laying on your side. Push up through the elbow, engage those abdominal muscles. Slow and controlled up and down, performing the plank exercise. It's not critical that you lift high. What's critical is that you engage those lateral trunk and core muscles. Nice work, everyone. The next exercise is a chest press with a little extra push laying on your back. So go ahead and grab your weights, roll onto your back, push those weights up towards the ceiling and give that little extra push towards the top. So we're working our pectoralis and our chest muscles, as well as a little bit of our shoulder blade muscles, one in particular called the serratus anterior. This is going to help with that pushing and positioning movements required for the transfer. Nice work, everyone. The last set of exercises are also performed on your back. Position your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Pull and engage those abdominal muscles, tuck the tailbone under. Squeeze the buttocks and lift your hips off of the floor. Slow and controlled up and down. Really engaging the spine and the core as you move. One vertebrae at a time, slowly roll up, and one vertebrae at a time, slowly roll down back to that neutral spine. Great job, everyone. The last exercise is a single leg bridge. So assuming the same position, lift those hips up and then lift one leg up. Put that leg back down and we'll repeat with the opposite side. This will be quite challenging. You don't want your hips to dip or sway, so try your very best to keep those hips level. That takes a lot of core strength as well as glute and hip strength. Good work. And rest. We're going to review the demonstration of the floor to seated transfer one more time. Please do not participate, but just watch to reinforce the exercises and how they carry over into the movement. The side sitting position, we're engaging those core muscles to walk our hand up. And those core muscles specifically are those side plank exercises we just got done exercising. As you continue to watch, you'll see us engage those lateral trunk muscles again, just as we did in the plank, as we come from a side sitting to a tall kneeling position. Also using those hip muscles that we did during the bridges. When we come from tall kneeling to half kneeling, pushing up through the leg just as we did with the single leg bridges. Congratulations for completing this video. I hope it gave you some good ideas and I look forward to seeing you next time.